Faith family, we are in the middle now of our all-in generosity initiative. If you've been with us over the last couple of weeks, you know that we're walking through the life of Abraham, that we have study groups going on, that we've done all kinds of different events. And our generosity initiative is different than a capital campaign in that we're not just raising money. We believe that the church is responsible for the discipleship of its people, and the All-In Generosity Initiative is a journey of discipleship. The first and primary goal of All-In is that 100% of our people would ask the Lord what He wants them to do in the area of taking a leap of faith, surrender, and generosity, and that they would obey what the Lord is telling them to do. It's not as easy as just giving money. You see, when we take a leap of faith, we're saying, God, I trust you more than I trust my own control or fear. When we take a leap of surrender, we're saying, I'm not just going to give 10% of my income, but I'm going to give 100% of who I am to the advancement of the kingdom. And then when we take a leap of generosity, it's more than giving a little bit here and a little bit there to charities. It's living a lifestyle of total surrender and radical generosity for the advancement of the kingdom. So our primary goal in the All-In Initiative is that 100% of our people would wrestle with their faith and would ask God what He's saying to them about living a lifestyle of generosity, and then they would do that. Now, we believe that as we do that as a community, the Lord's going to release in our hearts faith and surrender and generosity to do some pretty cool things. We've got buildings that we have vision of building. We have new churches we have a vision of planting, and we really want those things to happen, but we don't just want money to make those things happen. We want to be transformed into people who live in faith and surrender and generosity for the expanding of God's kingdom. So as we come up to the middle and end of our series, every one of us is praying over these commitment cards, and we're asking the Lord, what is it that you require of me? What is it that you want me to give up in faith for the advancement of your kingdom? For some of us, it's going to be money. For some of us, like I've shared, if for me it was my home. The first thing God wanted was for me to use my family for His kingdom. And if I would have just written a check for some capital campaign, I wouldn't have changed personally. But now I am asking, hey, Lord, what is it that you'd have me commit toward the financial goals of our local churches? And this commitment card is our guide in that. It's more than just a way to tell people how much money we're going to give. It's a tool for considering all that we have and asking the Lord what He wants from us. And we put this tool together. And the top verse there that says, whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God through Him. This is really a journey of learning to do everything we do all in the name of the Lord Jesus. And so as you put your first number in that first box, that's all you've already committed to the kingdom, and that's a celebration. Everything that you have given over the past year to our local churches, to Reach and Restore, to child sponsorship, to the Giving Tree, all of these things are ways that you have already been faithful in expanding the gospel. Our current churches, our nonprofit partnerships, our church plans are already the fruit of that faithfulness, and we're thankful for that, and we celebrate that. But every one of us is asking, what's our expanded annual generosity as a part of All In? And how are we giving more and going farther for the advancement of the gospel? So your first number is your annual giving. Your second number is what the Lord's asking you to give beyond that. Now, maybe you've never given annually, and your first step is to give on a regular basis in this coming 2 years. Maybe you're a percentage giver, and the Lord is laying a different percentage on your heart. So you take those two numbers and you add them up, and then you multiply it by 2, and that's your 2-year commitment as part of the All-In Generosity Initiative. Now, some of us would be content to stop there, but this next question, what are some gifts from your stored resources, your savings, stocks, property, or possessions? And it wasn't until we asked this question that some of the people, even on our staff, felt the Lord saying, yeah, you're depending too much on your retirement for security and not on me, and I want a portion of that. We have a family in one of our churches who has some land that they feel like that needs to be leveraged for the kingdom. So they're donating that land for us to pray over and to use for the expansion of our churches. And so your annual giving plus any stored assets, that is our total 2-year all-in commitment. And this is a tool for us to ask the Lord, hey, what is it that you're calling me to? It'd be easy for us as leaders to say, hey, here's the target. Let's hit it together, write a big check. But we want you to pray over it. We want it to change your heart. We want you to take a leap of faith and ask the Lord what he'd require of you, to take a leap of surrender and in obeying him, and then to take a leap of generosity and committing to a lifestyle of going all in for the advancement of Jesus' kingdom through the local church. So pray over your commitment card over the next couple of weeks. If you've been with us since the leadership summits in the spring or since the reveal nights in September, and you're ready to obey and to fill out your commitment card and to lead the way, we invite you to the Advanced Commitment Night on October 23rd. Come worship with us. Come hear some stories. Come share your story and lead the way by making your all-in commitment. Some of us aren't ready for that, and we're still asking the Lord, and we're still wrestling with him. And for us, it's going to be November 10th when we answer that question and when we go all in with our all-in commitment. No matter where you're at on the journey, our primary goal is that you would let the Lord transform your heart, that you would let him ask of you what he needs from you for the advancement of his kingdom, and that you would do all that you do in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father.